Well, we are tracking breaking news. He had suffered a stroke last week. Today, Hollywood and fellow co-stars are shocked to learn actor Luke Perry has died.
And the measles outbreak is growing in Washington state. We have those updated numbers for you.
And it looks like a sunny blue day today, but records fell earlier this morning.
All right, and First Lady Melania Trump is on her way to Western Washington. Why she is visiting the Seattle area. We'll have details. Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for being with us on KREM 2 News at noon. I'm Laura Papetti.
And I'm Jen York. Beverly Hills 90210 heartthrob Luke Perry has died. His publicist made the announcement saying the death comes after a massive stroke last Wednesday at his home. They add his condition deteriorated from there. He was most recently on the Netflix show Riverdale. Perry was 52 years old. Young.
He was very young, and some more details about that are coming in. 12:01 right now. We are going to turn our attention to weather. We felt some of the coldest temperatures early this morning, and those are the temperatures we've been feeling some of the most cold over the last 2 years. And Thomas Patrick is in today, filling in for Evan Irani.
Yeah, so things were extremely cold this morning, so much so that a couple records fell. At least we got the sunshine as of the noon hour, but with a low of -9 in both Pullman and St. Mary's this morning, both those cities setting their record low for the day. Pullman, that was actually the coldest ever for the month of March. Most everywhere else was at least above 0 degrees. It doesn't feel a whole lot much better, though, as of the noon hour, mostly in the teens for those feels-like temperatures right now. But I'll tell you what, that sunshine certainly is sensational. Live look at Mount Spokane, not a cloud in the sky. The snow still freshly on the ground, so it does make all the skiers and the snowboarders pretty happy that they're still experiencing that cold weather and the high snow depths. And trust me, that cold weather is not going anywhere anytime soon. It'll at least be cold for the first 1 or 2 weeks of this month, but there still are some snow chances in the forecast later on this week. I'll let you know when and how much is possible. That coming up in just a few minutes.
Thomas, thank you so much. 12:02 right now. Let's take a live look outside as we look at the roadways and what they're like at this noon hour. Some of the side streets still just a mess, but many of the main roadways pretty good right now. Still icy in some areas, certainly, but as you can see right there, a lot of the roads that are being heavily used pretty dry at this point. So we'll continue to follow that.
Yeah, but take a look at the conditions around eastern Washington. This is what Highway 27 looks like. So a little bit different story. WashDOT crews are working on clearing the road. These are pictures from Twitter. You can see drifting snow is covering the pavement, and the snow is as high as the road signs right now. So that's why some of our state routes are closed today.
Yeah, that drifting snow has been problematic several weeks now. It is difficult a day in the deep south where a devastating tornado outbreak swept across several states. This was horrible. At least 23 people were killed in Alabama by the deadliest tornado since Moore, Oklahoma back in 2013. Beauregard, Alabama, took a direct hit. That twister was one of 12 reported tornadoes yesterday in the state. The damage there is being described as catastrophic. Those pictures have been sad to watch throughout the weekend as they come in.
And saying the tornado was a half a mile wide. So you can imagine over a small town that can do some damage.
It is 12:04 coming up right now. Health authorities now confirm 71 cases in Washington state of the measles.
Now that's according to our Seattle sister station. That number includes 2 new cases of measles in Clark County, which now has a total of 70 measles cases. There is 1 confirmed case in the Seattle area. Multnomah County in Oregon has 4 cases linked to that outbreak.
A teenager who got vaccinated against his mother's wishes will testify before Congress tomorrow. Ethan Lindenberger got vaccinated when he turned 18 years old. He said his mother believed that getting vaccinated would cause autism, brain damage, and other complications. Tomorrow, he will be discussing topics such as preventable disease and the spread of vaccine misinformation.
First Lady Melania Trump will be in Seattle today to promote her Be Best initiative. It focuses on the social well-being of children. The First Lady will tour a tech company near Seattle. She will also see demonstrations of programs aimed at teaching online safety to children.
The Oregon legislature is considering a bill to crack down on fake service dogs. It would fine pet owners $1,000. Oregon lawmakers say some owners are obtaining service dog certificates online. However, service dogs typically undergo training for 4 to 9 months to learn obedience and react calmly in public. The proposed bill is still in the House and has not been voted on quite yet. A bear is recovering in Seattle as experts nurse it back to health. A driver hit the black bear back in December. At the time, the bear ran back into the woods, but state wildlife leaders found her and wanted to make sure she was doing okay. The bear was taken to the Paws Wildlife Care Center in Linwood, and there doctors determined the bear would indeed need some surgery.
And it was quite difficult because the fracture was about 1.5 weeks old. So when that happens, the body tries to heal the fracture with scar tissue. So it took a few of my technicians basically pulling her leg with all their might.
Poor bear. Doctors say the bear, though, recovered quickly. They say she was up and walking the night following the surgery. Even though she showed great progress, the bear is still in recovery at the Woodland Park Zoo, and wildlife experts say she will likely be released back to the wild sometime this spring.
It is 12:06 now, and one local man is using his creativity to deal with the snow and cold, and now he's getting attention for his work of art in his front yard.